Hey everyone, this is English Shooting. I'm Callum, welcome back to the channel and let's get into the video. I'm sure some of you are already aware there's been a pretty inflammatory article released around the practical shooting club Recoil Scotland. Now, Recoil Scotland is a club that I know quite well and I'm incredibly supportive of what they are doing, really raising the profile of practical shooting sports within Scotland and the wider UK. Unfortunately, they have seemed to have raised the profile a bit too much for some people's liking, and it has led to yet another article that is nothing more than a hit piece produced by a subpar reporter seeking an easy story to sell newspapers at the cost of a safe, lawful and legitimate sport. It really has entered an area of ludicrousy now, not just calling for particular types of guns to be banned, but now particular types of sport in somehow the vain hope to prevent mass shootings. And of course, whenever we're talking about Scotland in particular, but guns and having certain things banned, you of course have to play the Dunblane card, with this article quite heavily featuring the brother of a victim of Dunblane. Just the title and the subtitle alone: families of Dunblane victims call for shooting club ban amid fears of trivializing guns. Firearms are being glamourised in a growing craze of combat shooting clubs in Scotland. Now, to my knowledge, there are only a couple of practical shooting clubs in Scotland. I don't know about these combat style. IPSC goes to great lengths to distance itself from combat sports and military. Yes, IPSC did start within America, but it has evolved significantly from its grassroots. IPSC is a member of the GAISF and is on the pathway to becoming an Olympic sport. This isn't something taking place in somebody's backyard. This is an internationally recognized sport with hundreds of thousands of people across the world participating. The list of inaccuracies through this article are absolutely dumbfounding. First of all, they fail to be able to tell the difference between a pump action and a semi-auto shotgun. Phrases like long-barreled shotguns really shows the lack of expertise and knowledge within this article, and that these people really don't have any place talking about firearms, never mind trying to steer our legislation. The way they try to paint the club as some cowboy outfit that is just making it freely accessible for anyone to roll up and run around with a gun is insulting. Recoil Scotland have some of the highest requirements to become a member than anywhere else in the UK. The level of training up there is really second to none, with some of the country's foremost experts in training and safety a part of the club. You really have to pass almost a full-blown safety course just to become a member of the club, never mind compete. And this notion that they are trying to line their pockets, ignoring the atrocities at Dunblane, trust me, nobody makes money running a volunteer club. I know from talking to these guys that they have put thousands of pounds of their own money in starting up this club and just getting it off the ground. This is certainly not a money-making venture for them, and they are certainly not taking any profits. Just a quick interruption to remind you to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, a thumbs down if you're not, and if you're interested in seeing more content from English Shooting and myself, hit that subscribe button for future videos. Jennifer Hyland, the reporter who wrote this article, does seem to have a little bit of further interest around Dunblane and firearms, having recently wrote another article with the same brother of a victim of Dunblane. The preceding article goes on about how Jack has found a voice to help campaign against gun violence and mass shootings in other countries, and this is ultimately what is wrong with this picture. Whilst I am sure he has had a very tragic experience and I would not wish that experience on anybody, that does not qualify you to talk about gun laws, that does not qualify you to talk about firearms, and to make laws and legislations based on emotion is completely the wrong step. What they seem to be hiding behind is this delusion that it is about the prevention of the loss of life. It's about preventing another mass shooting, the one like Dunblane, like Hungerford, like Cumbria, like Plymouth. Well, I'd say if they really genuinely wanted to prevent incidents like that, then you have to look at the facts of everything involved. When you look at those 4 mass shootings, 3 of which were preventable with the laws as they were at the time. We all know Dunblane is shrouded in controversy and conspiracy. The perpetrator had been evicted from the Scout due to inappropriate interaction with boys, a complete disregard for the guidance and the legislation set out, which allowed him to commit this atrocious act. Of course, in Cumbria, again, there were multiple warning signs. The guy had a conviction for theft, had multiple arrests, and was still allowed to use and possess firearms. Once again, a complete disregard for the guidance and the legislation. And the most famous case of everything being ignored is the most recent with Plymouth, where once again multiple arrests. The guy was receiving anger management counselling. The family were pleading with the police to take away this guy's guns. He had them taken away to only shortly being given them back. Not long after, within a month, committed the atrocities at Keam. There is a theme here that since Hungerford, every single mass shooting has been down to certain failures of the police and firearms licensing. Today we are in amongst a firearms licensing crisis, with many actual experts saying it is only a matter of time until another Plymouth, another Hungerford, another Cumbria, maybe even another Dunblane takes place. It has nothing to do with the types of firearms or the types of sport that people want to own or take part in. If we are looking at speculation about what could happen and taking proactive measures, we need to be looking at firearms licensing, not the lawful firearms owners. It is as clear as day where the dangers are, where all of the experts are saying that attention is needed. But once again, we have misguided, ill-informed individuals steering us away from the real issues and the real dangers. So there we go, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And of course, as always, guys, I hope to see you soon.